Hello and welcome to Overwatch. It's time for a little bit more support today. This was recorded on the same day as the Brig one. This one is on PC. So very own Gohan, sort of long-time subscriber. So hello. Thank you, Play Button Pony, for that very insightful comment. I have not actually. I've had a few only with a stomach infection. For that disturbing entry at the start. Just to really divert my thoughts. Yeah, we're going to get started on Ana. Very contended hero as well. Perhaps not quite as much as the Brig, but she's still kind of considered in an awkward place. Well, look at this frame rate. Love that frame rate. So first things first that we'll always do is we'll take a look at our team comp. Ana Moira. A lot of healing, not much defense. Can work out. Attack on Havana. Oh, is this recorded in-game as well? This isn't a replay. Of course it isn't, there's hero select. Okay, oh, that's the volume. I'm gonna skip forward. Whoop. Oh. We've already muted someone. Who did we mute? Oh, I want to see this. Instantly muted the Reinhardt. Excellent. Didn't see why, but hey. Okay. So, before we begin, we got a good look at our team comp here. So, always think about your team. What does your team do? How does your team function? How does your team react? Rein Zarya, classic combo. Can work. Absolutely can work. It's not as strong, but certainly viable. Moira Ana as a healing combo, we have a lot of healing for these tanks, so Reinhardt can actually do a lot here. A lot of our healing should be directed at the Reinhardt, and we are very much like a run into them, smash their barriers down, smash their team. Like, this is pure rush down. But we want to be playing like a little bit back, and we want to be playing to... Basically, if they can get in, and you're stood back, and you're just pumping healing into them, they'll have a difficult time dying. The issue that we face, and this is the weakness that Ana faces right now, and why she's fallen out of favor, is barriers. And I can already see, I think they have 2. Yeah, they have 2. So this is the first thing that we should be observing and looking for is, do they have the Orisa Sigma? Because Orisa Sigma causes so many problems for Ana. Because all it needs is, let's say the ideal happens for our team, right? We've got Reaper and Junkrat with Rein Zarya. Like, they want to pile into the enemy team. So if this is the enemy team, it's like a great big frowny face. And they're behind their barriers. And your team is here as a big happy face, and they charge in, and the big happy face gets into the big frowny face, and you're over here, well, you can't heal through the barrier. So you're dead. You're just kind of useless. So we need to be very aware that that can happen. I would not try and contest that too much, so yeah, I'm glad we didn't. Good. Yeah, this is kind of the problem as well. The way you solve this is, notice how we're stood in the middle of the road. We don't want to be stood in the middle of the road. There's 1 or 2 places we can go where we can prevent this. The first is a little bit contentious, but it can work, is if you like get into this doorway and use this pillar to block the line of sight off on the entryway here. You can just sort of stay here and shoot out onto the road. It's not completely safe, but it's safer than being like here. The other place you can go is you can go on the right side, which is, you know, much safer. You can sort of hang out over here and have clear healing sight lines to this way. Don't worry too much about doing damage to contest these two. The fact that they have the Ashe is actually playing in our favor, because if we can get into them, the Ashe is a lot weaker. Is that a Mei? Yeah, that's a Mei. But yeah, we definitely don't, like, once this Ashe starts doing this, we want to get out of here. We put the ceiling to sleep. This is why we don't want to take that fight.
Mei high ground also.
She just has advantages in that fight.
Mei still high ground.
Let's go back to our team. I'm going to skip forward. Oh, she doesn't have ice block. Just grenade. Okay, don't need it. Good. Again, sightlines are everything. A little bit too far forward here. I'm just going to be very nitpicky. But if you turn this corner like this and you see, oh, they're set up here, they can shoot down this pathway very easily. So if you just play here and shoot over here, these guys can then hopefully take care of this, and we can sort of play safe. The thing I'm very cognizant of is if you step too far forward here and they kill you, like, your team loses a lot of pushing power. Okay, now they've taken it. The Ryan's gone a bit nuts. This is always annoying because the payload's going to wall you off. Good sleep. Good anti. Don't. Okay, this. So that's a Roadhog. Roadhog has 600 hit points, often. The anti's fine, but the Reinhardt still engaged with people. Like, you guys aren't winning. Like, you guys are not winning this fight at this point. Your tanks are still going to be taking damage. You are actively in a fight, and you have stopped playing support. You are now playing a shit version of Ashe. Right? And it's not just like, oh, leave him, but once you've slept him and antied him, your job here is finished. Because your DPS on him, it sure will help a little bit, but if he still has his take a breather, like, he ain't dying, your DPS ain't helping kill him. Yeah, he's just used it there. So he's sort of tanked his way up there. But he has to back away now. He has to run. The Junkrat's pushed him out. He cannot stay there. If he does, the Junkrat kills him. And your cooldowns will come back up before he can actually do anything. So I'd rather we, like, instead of chasing this, you've done your job here. You could just step back and just heal the Reinhardt and heal the Junkrat safely. Instead we get pulled, okay, we get halted around here, but then we like step out this way. I'd much rather us just go back safely, because like this, we're just getting too pulled into the fight. We're getting too obsessed with finding this kill. That's not our job. We're a support. You can mess with him, but we die here because of that reason. And because we're dead, our team can't push. You could have just backed out from that, and we'd just be okay. So yeah, this is why everyone's going to be dying. So you just be trying to pull back. Yep, just back up. All the way up. All the way. All the way. Nice sleep dart. Don't. This is greed. The greed! Okay. I'm actually going to check the kill feed obsessively. Yep. Alive. There's 6. Pretty sure there's 6. 6 alive. Shadow, 5 alive. Huge Shadow. Lul. Whatever you think is going to happen here, even if you kill the Mei, if they kill you on the Ana, it is 100% worth it as a trade. So the best case scenario is you just kill Mei and you can push. The more likely scenario is because your team is dead, they'll push up realizing, oh, well, if you want to go for this, we'll punish you, so we'll push up, and the Ashe will just get set up in this sight line here, and if you try and run forward especially, she'll just blow your head off, because, hey, look, 125, you'll die. So, like, this, if you can get a free shot on her and just get a little bit more ult charge, that's fine, the sleep dart is great. There is no need to get closer. She's asleep. She ain't going anywhere. If you miss this shot, you don't deserve to be playing Ana. You aren't going to kill her. Because even if she gets up, like, the only person who can kill her is the Junkrat. And the Junkrat will need to go and combo her. Don't think he's going to be able to do that. So, yeah. All it's doing is leaving you very, very open to dying. This is suicide. This is, again, get this mentality out. You cannot kill this. You know this is Ana. The only way that this happens is if you and Junkrat somehow hit her, and even then, you still need more DPS, so he needs to get the conch mine down. Don't do this. Don't do this. Because if you die here, they've won the fight. Like, your healing is so integral. But yeah. Also, do not feel bad about pressing, like, I know I'm bad at doing this, but especially once you see like this come through, this is a very good indicator that, hey, you'll probably need some heals. You see the damage orb and it sets up next to you. you're going to take some pain. So this is where you check your health. So you see the damage orb and you go, oh, I'm injured. How injured am I? Check. 91. Okay. X, 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 X. If you're unaware of what X does, it says, I need healing. And the Moira will turn around and she will gladly heal you up as your support counterpart. Right? It's part of the Moira's job is keeping you alive. But because we don't say anything, we go forward with no hit points and we die instantly. Our team's just lost this fight. Like, your team should honestly just back up and not take this fight. But they're going to try and force it anyway. Keep this in mind for the ranks. I'm guessing what rank it is. Did it say? No, it doesn't. People might know what Gohan's ranked at, but hey. Yep, don't take that fight. Good sleep. Take it slow, take it slow. Good. Reaper tellied out. Didn't get fully out. Why are we doing DPS? No! No! Shooting the enemy as Ana is such a... It's a trap, almost. You can do it. Like, this is going okay. The only thing I would say about this is that we do have a decision we can make. I think once we hit the sleep dart, like this sleep dart is fantastic. Like very well, very, very nicely done on that. We actually do have a moment here where you could just nano the Reaper. Kind of unnecessary, but hey, you could do it. And like, especially at this moment, what I would be watching for here, because hey, it's 5-on-5, and they've already committed their ults. We're not in a terrible place. Is watching this Reaper go low, and once this Reaper goes low, use Q to bounce him back to full hit points instantly, and then he can go in and clear everything out. It's a good Blizzard from them. Reaper doesn't quite get out. I think he comes out of that slow. It's a good sleep dart, but again, don't fall into the trap. Like, instead of... The reason why I call this a trap is because it's like, we position ourselves in an area where we can shoot the high ground. We can shoot the high ground and we can do some damage here, and we can have like a good angle where we can kill Baptiste if he peeks over. But we don't need to do that. That's not our job. What we could do instead is you could just like sit here, hug this wall, and pump healing into the Reinhardt. And he can do a lot more. Or you can go over here. This is probably where I'd go. I'd probably tuck in here and try healing this. Because it's not my job to fight these. These two, especially this Ashe is 100% looking for you. Ashe wants to take that duel. She wants that fight. Right? She wants to fight you because she can beat you. Because you move slowly when you're scoped in, and she moves slightly slowly when she's scoped in, but she can headshot. You can't. She has advantage. Don't take those fights. It is much, 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 much stronger to be in a location where they cannot see you and cannot shoot you, and just pumping healing into your team, than it is for you to be contesting their high ground with your shots. And don't get caught up in that. And I think this plays into something that I've talked about a lot in the past, which is like, high-level players are so much better at realizing the worst-case scenario, especially when playing support, is so much worse for you as support. Sure, like, Jonak would take this fight, and, like, some players would take this fight, but the best-case scenario for you engaging this Mei is you deal 140 damage. I guarantee you this will be the case. You do 140 damage because you land 2 shots, she ice blocks, and she runs away. And that's the fight. Worst case scenario is she headshots you, body shots you, or just headshots you twice and you die. And your team's fucked because Ana's healing and grenades and sleep darts and nano boosts are so important and useful that, yeah. So firing a couple of shots at her is fine. Like, what I'm saying is like, oh, don't shoot at her. No. You can 100% fire a shot and 2 at her. I wouldn't scope in myself. I would just ping a couple of shots and I would just run to here. If she wants to chase you, that's fine. Your team is ready to capitalize and kill and punish that. But by engaging this, it's giving her opportunities to kill you. You cannot kill her. You can't. She won't die to it. You might get ice block. Best case scenario. And it's about getting into places that are safe. Like, you see where this Reaper's standing? He's completely safe. Because he knows... Okay, you guys can't see where the Reaper is. There's his Reaper's legs. You can see Reaper's legs. He knows that he can't fight anything at this range. So if he stood out here, firing up here, it's going to go badly for him. He knows that. If he stands around here, firing into here, he can't do that. It's going to go badly for him. So he just stands somewhere where he's completely safe. And when you're stood here, and if the Mei wants to ping at people, well, you can just heal them up. Completely safe, uncontested. You don't have to think about defending yourself. You don't have to think about getting shot. All you have to think about is aiming and firing and healing. I want to see us none of this Reaper. Good grenade. Sort of worked out. Can nano that Ryan. It's not super ideal, but it works. Try and find him, sleep him. Perfect. Don't like that nade. I'll talk about that nade in a second. Think you guys should win this fight, maybe? Don't get distracted with the fighting! Why are you thinking about fighting, people? Ain't your job. Okay, there's a lot to talk about here. And I think, like, this is what... I think a mentality shift will help us so much. So the first thing is this. We definitely don't want to be healing from this doorway. We want to be healing. You can heal from here, which is kind of risky. I actually like heal from farther back. I'm actually going to... Reverse time. I'm Tracer. Hi, loves. Right. They'll be healing from like here. If people are going to go up here, you can heal from here and just like ping into them. It's not ideal because at some point you're going to have to move up. Or you just get straight into this corner and be able to heal like across. Get out of this space as quickly as possible. This area here, on the low ground as well. I'll actually like do it properly this time. This area and this area are all bad. They're all terrible for us because if we start scoping in and healing people, well, if someone pokes their nose up here, they'll just shoot at us. And 100%, 103 billion% chance that they're going to shoot at us because you kill the Ana if you can kill the Ana. You are priority target number 1. So if you just heal from here, you're completely safe. Like, it's so difficult for them to stand here when you're pushing this way and actually deal damage to you. When you've got tanks in front of you, people will take this space pretty quickly and they'll have to fall back and hold further back. Alternatively, you hold down here and they can't get round to shoot you. They have to like push all the way out and your team can react to that and deal with that. We want to get out of this area as fast as possible. So that's the first thing. The nade is good. It works out. I'd rather us fire that more at the ground, just as like a very minor comment. Like throw it forwards, but people get pulled into it regardless. Just throw it at the ground once the Hulk comes through. That picks everyone up. Like, see this? See how much safer this is? I'd still, like, they can still maybe, like, peek through these gaps. Which is why I'd say, like, go here. But this, we're uncontested here, but we can see everyone on our team. It feels great. We step here and we're scared. The thing I would say about this nano is it's too early. Which is why the Reinhardt kind of ends up confused. I like the fact that we look for Bob. We find Bob. We sleep Bob. Moira wakes Bob up. Which sucks. I don't like that nade. And let's talk about this nade. That's why I don't like that nade. Fire at will! Yeah. Nading Roadhogs is all good and well. But if there's a Graviton Surge, and and you can see that there's a barrier out of position, there's no barrier on the Grav. Right? So the Orisa barrier is here, and not involved in the fight. There's the Roadhog, so there's no Sigma, so there's no barrier on the Grav. High priority, super high priority, is to get the nade into the Grav. Because if you get the nade into the Grav, it's ridiculously efficient. And then yeah, you can't, like... The answer here, by the way, this is a good indication of, like, this is part of why Ana has fallen out of meta. It's because once they push through here, this feels so awkward for us. because like there's a big barrier here, so even if they fight out here, we can't do anything. I would honestly just be like running this way and trying to get like into this corner behind them. It's risky, but they should be dealing with all this shit, so I'd probably just be like going like this and trying to get into like the doorway over here to heal across in this space. Don't give a shit about the payload. Don't give a shit about the Roadhog behind me, because once you hear this and you see this, you can't do anything about this. There's nothing to be done. He is a god to us. He has 600 hit points. We deal 70 damage a shot. Some quick maths. We need, what, 9 shots to kill him? Not counting his self-heal? It's not a good feeling. Really not a good feeling. So yeah, we ain't dealing with that. He's used his hook, so he can't hook us. At this distance, it's very unlikely that he'll one-shot us. He can one-tap us, but it's very unlikely. I don't like the fact that we're running towards where he'll be and splitting ourselves off from the team even further. Like, we ain't getting out of this. We've committed, so you commit to the fight. I like us just to commit fully to that, rather than sort of get trapped. But you're starting to see, like, this is hopefully also demonstrating why Ana is less popular than Baptiste and Moira at the moment. Don't fight it, just get out, play safe. Why are we looking for picks? Okay, this is fine.
Don't go in yet.
This kind of works. Kind of unnecessary. We'll talk about this in a second. Good sleep. Our sleeps have been great. We're pretty good at those. Good effort. Actually like that.
Okay,
Okay, play careful. Yep, just back out. Great. Perfect. Just keep pulling back. You guys can't win this fight very well, but try and help him. This is actually going in your favor now. We've actually played this fight pretty well. Didn't like the start of it, but that still works. Honestly, yeah. Hopefully then Moira is going to die to this. So let's talk about all of this, because there's a lot to go through. It's just the start of this fight I'm not the keenest on. I think we get distracted again. So first and foremost, if the Junkrat wants to do this, I wouldn't worry about supporting him. Like, he's committed to this. It works out. I actually really like this. I like the focus on the immortality field. What I don't like is this push up here. I'd much rather we just play from here. So you can peek out through here. Like, not even going through this door, though. Having a peek and just seeing, okay, well, there's a target here for us to sleep dart or grenade or something, so we can do something with that. And then we can support these guys up here. And honestly, I would just play from here. And just move in as the rest of the team moves in. Like, once they commit to that low ground. The issue is, like, this movement here leaves this Reaper very vulnerable. And leaves us out of the fight. But there is an Arita barrier splitting you off as well, which will be annoying. There it goes. But I'd still probably play from that low ground. I don't like losing sight of the team like this. And I don't like being up here as well. It just feels very vulnerable. Like, we don't have a barrier in front of us because we're playing, what, Hog Sigma?
Okay,
But this is the sort of shit that I've been hoping to see, right? Notice how comfortable we feel? Like, we don't have to think at all about their DPS.
Wait, fall back.
I mean, we might have been even able to pump some healing into that Roadhog. They over-engage, and we're in place to deal with it. And we keep falling back. Then Moira commits Coalescence. It's okay. We can help the Sigma. And honestly, like, this is fine. And, like, the death we suffer back here is okay. I think the grenade was a little bit ambitious. The only change we should make, and, like, I know this isn't helpful to say after the fact, but it's like, hey, yeah, just throw it at the floor here. Like, with these nades, always just try and make sure you're getting yourself. Like, no matter where it lands, you will get yourself. And I know it's like, oh, she's right in front of me, I'm going to nail her with it, and then it turns out she still has Fade for some fucking stupid reason, but hey, that's Moira. Yeah, I would have just gone for the floor. Like, when in doubt, nade the floor. And it's just realizing, hey, I'm getting focused pretty hard here. Boosh. And if she doesn't fade it, she still gets hit by it. Guarantees it hits us. I can hear like a weary sigh come out after that, and I think that's the first death you've had that has felt unforced. Like, on them playing well rather than us being a bit out of place.
Hold back, hold back. You have no support.
Watching Gohan throwing? We're not watching Gohan throwing. We're watching Gohan play a game. Okay. Very minor thing, and I can say this because it's live footage. Do we press tab leaving the spawn at all? So it's the kill cam. You see a frame of this. I don't believe for a second that we actually got all the info we needed out of that. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find the frame. It's somewhere. Pressing this button furiously. Oh! Oh! There it is. We found the frame. Yeah, okay. No one else has ult. That's what I'm looking for. Moira does. Roadhog certainly doesn't. So here's the thing. I would not nano boost the Roadhog if he doesn't have ult.
Hold back. You have no support.
You got 40 seconds. One fight. I would definitely not do this early. So we just blew our ulti here. Let's talk about Nano, and like they made Nano really strong not long ago. The big buff they did to Nano was its healing. Nano provides you with a big freaking heal. I think it's 300. I want to say. Wiki. On Overwatch. I know it's not a full heal, because that was broken as hell. Oh no, it's 250. I knew it was about 300. Yeah, it provides a whacking great big heal. And that's honestly one of the unsung superpowers of Nano Boost. It's really good. Because it's... The thing about the Nano heal is it's almost instant. It's not quite instantaneous, but it's almost instant. Which means that basically, if you see someone dropping low, especially a tank like Roadhog, and you just hit him with the Nano, he gains hit points and he gains like a lot of defensive power. And basically, they will blow like a lot of cooldowns to try and kill him, and you Nano, and it's like the old Brigitte armor pack effect. It just instantaneously reverses everything they've done and gives you a lot of power. The issue here is that we run in and we haven't thought about our ult. And once this ult is ready, the big thing that I try and do every single time is like, okay, well, where do I want to put this ult? And especially if I have a second, like if I'm moving like this is when we press tab and we see, oh, we have no ults available. Okay, who needs this? Who can do the most with this? Hey, we've got a Doomfist, we've got a Tracer, we've got a Roadhog. It'll probably be the Doomfist, or it'll just be in case of emergency and in case we need to heal. I would definitely not fire it off here, because he can't do much with it. His hook's off cooldown, all this stuff is off cooldown. On cooldown, rather. Again, getting distracted. Firing the single shot is fine, but yeah. Junkrat's already killed us. He has already killed us in this fight. And the reason why I say that, he still killed us. The reason why I say that is your team is one healer down. And if you think about it in terms of this, if the Junkrat jumps at you and dies and you die to total mayhem, he takes that trade every time. If I'm playing DPS and we kill their Ana, yeah, I'm happy with that. I will gladly take their Ana as a trade for a Junkrat. Whereas if you just like shoot at him once and then you just fuck off and just go to your team and just start healing people, well, he's pissing around back behind you, but it's a Junkrat on his own into Moira Ana. He can't actually out DPS your healing. It's next to impossible for him to do so. He has to like perfectly combo to beat you. So I was very happy to see us like come this way. And then we start chasing him. Why are we chasing him? The sleep dart's great. The combo's great. But yeah, like you mentioned, both healers are now left to fight. The Moira, for some reason, has peeled as well. You could just leave him there. You don't need to actually engage these people. It's not your job. It's their job, and like the way I want you to think about it is this: if you're like worried about looking cool or something like that, you know, if that's even playing for a split second in your head, it is far funnier in my mind to have a DPS like completely continually fail to kill you than actually just killing him. Because if all he's doing is chasing you around, trying to land shots on you, and you're just running away, still healing your team all the while, he's having literally zero impact on the game. So if I see this Junkrat back here trying to kill me, and I just run this way and heal, he's just doing fucking nothing. He's just pissing about. He's wasting time. And so you just start healing everyone, and if he still wants to chase you, you just run him around some more while still finding ways to heal your team. Maybe sleep dart him. Just leave him. Because if he's behind you just pissing about, like, what's he going to do to you if you just cross the courtyard? Like, your team's won the fight, and he runs through that doorway. Well, you just go to the other side of the courtyard. Or you can just stay underneath if you're really worried about him coming, like, at the top. Just go to the corner and just stay under. He probably won't even spot you. But personally, I would have probably just run like all the way over to like the opposite corner. I'd probably just be like over here or over here. And just ready to heal everyone. Or maybe just up here. Behind the boxes. Like, and just leave him. It's not my problem. And I might throw a shot or two his way if he tries chasing, but I want to force him to waste his time following me absolutely everywhere he wants to go. Like, if he wants to do shit, sure. Go for it. Be my freaking guest, but I'm going to waste all your time. And while I'm wasting your time, I'm healing my team, and my team's winning fights. Okay, your team's won. Good, 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 good. Well, I take a slap. What I am hoping to see is that we don't even cross this fucking line here. This is what I'm longing for, is that we just like stand here and we just heal all the way up. Maybe we can cross the line as the payload gets about midway. I don't want to see us leaving like this platform. Straight away we leave this platform. Straight away we put ourselves far forward. What are we doing? Best case scenario, you deal 70 damage to Widowmaker or Ashe, assuming that they're sniping from there. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, she was watching and she blows your goddamn head off. Like, there's no reason for us to do that. None at all. Why are we doing this? There's literally no reason. Pretty cool they have Widow. Yeah, you don't need to peek this then. If you know they had a Widow, you don't want to peek it. Again, it's that assumption of, oh, well, if I'm fine doing this because she'll miss, because I'm peeking somewhere unexpected. And if she just blows your goddamn head off, congratulations. Their team basically wins. The fun part about this point as Ana is this entire area here, you are so safe from spawn. You can be like here for the first part of it. You can go up to these boxes, heal from here. As long as you're like not in line of sight of like this bit up here, and especially not in line of sight up here, you can control all of this area and just support and heal, and they cannot stop you. They cannot stop you healing this. So you can play from like here, you can play from behind the boxes. When we start going up here though, this is crazy to me. There is no need for us to peek the Widow. There's no need for us to be this far forward. Like, notice the Orisa starts shooting us first. Let's say that that's not an Orisa. Watch how long it takes your Sigma to react. There's still not a barrier. There's a barrier, finally. Right? It takes him a long time. If that's a Hanzo that peeked that and came around that corner, you'd be dead. Literally no need. We have range. Use it. The anti-is fine. The anti-is good. Good. Good, good, good. Good focus. Let's keep him alive. Good. Like this is a lot bit. Look how comfortable we feel here. Like we're a little bit too far forward because we can be seen from up here, which isn't ideal. But this, like, look how comfortable we are here. We have good line of sight on what's happening here. We can heal pretty much everybody. And then we're contesting the Ashe instead of healing. Just heal! That's why you're here! You're cute as a healer! Fine with that, Nano. It's okay. That was partially on her. Actually, no, it's not. No. No. No, that was on her. She should have called for healing earlier. Look at all this healing. Look how comfortably we do this. Look how powerful we are as we do this. They're all taking damage, and we are just topping them off so quickly. And sure, Sigma goes out of your line of sight and goes ahead of the barrier. But like that moment there, holy shit. Like, we showed off the power of Ana. And GG. But yeah, there's, like, we gotta kill that desire to fight their DPS constantly. And I don't know whether it's like a mental thing of, oh, well, I'm the support and I'm gonna mess with their DPS, lol, and just like style all over them. Kill that urge, because it will get you killed. The reason why when a support kills a DPS, it's a special thing and like it's a cool thing, is because it's such a I'm not gonna say like such an unlikely thing to do. It's just the less than likely result. Maybe not with Zen quite as much, but definitely with Ana. I can't read that. Red doesn't encode very well, unfortunately, on H.264. These pigeons. They don't give a shit. Like London pigeons. Just don't care. Silos would be a good spot? Yeah, there's lots of good places on that point. Easier as a flex player, I play a lot of off-tank. Think I confuse their positioning. Even as an off-tank, you probably wouldn't be like fighting the Widow that directly, though. And like this position. I don't like this. We have no idea what's going to leave spawn. You see this here? Actually, this here might literally be what I'm talking about. But yeah, this Moira is a good demonstration. We have no idea what they're playing. We know they've got a Ryan, we know they've got an Orisa. Something jumps out behind the payload. If that was the Widow, she could just boosh and we're dead. Why are we up here? What? Do you instantly see the problem? We have no protection from it. And the thing that is driving me crazy is because if you dropped down and did this from the low ground and did this from behind this barrier, it's fine to do. You can 100% just sit there and shoot at them all goddamn day. Like, I wouldn't feel super safe doing it because no one's watching this angle. So they can come in through here and like have someone just shoot through here. So I wouldn't feel super safe. I'd honestly just play pretty much where we're standing now. Probably a little bit further back towards the box. Or towards like the ticket booth. Like personally, I would probably be playing here. And I would just be healing and then getting ready for them to come around the corner. Because I know I am completely safe here. I can heal everybody. Great, Sleep Dart. You need to self-heal. Okay, good. Moira does need to heal you, though. I'll talk about this in a second, of like how to get healing out of your others. No, what are we doing? What the fuck was that movement? Oh, on what planet was that a good idea? Oh, boy. Oh. Okay, let's talk about getting healing out of other supports. So, the best way to do it when you're dealing with them, it depends on the other supports. But in general, the best idea is just to get in front of them. Because the issue that you face is in all their infinite wisdom, it doesn't really show up here because my portrait, hi, hello, I cover up most of the chat window. But normally when you press X, they sometimes go, come to me for healing. And that's not a useful message. That's not useful at all. But I need healing popped up. And the Moira needs to react to that. You can make life easier when it's safer, like when there's a barrier up, for example, and you see this Moira, she steps back for a while. Here, she's behind you. I would probably just take a couple of steps forward just to make sure that I'm in front of her, because when you're in front of her, it's like, oh, I know you're low, and then she will just top you off, and then you can play safe and back away. We've been like working hard on trying to get some healing onto ourselves, and then for some reason we run forwards. There is nothing good for us here. There is no power here that benefits us at all. Like crossing this street, this road here, at this point is so dangerous for us because there's no good way to get back across it. Like getting across this space is actually very difficult because we only have a Sigma barrier. So even if he puts it here, there's like so much room where they can just pop out up here, and we have to walk across the road. And just like a real old woman in the real world, it's dicey for us. There's nothing wrong with just pulling back. As Ana, you're just stepping back behind the booth over here to our left. Just being there, chilling. This... I think I know what you were going for here. I think I see what you wanted. You wanted to try and sneak a grenade in, is my guess. Like, that's the instinct happening right now. It's like, oh, I want to try and slip a grenade past this Reinhardt barrier. So he's going to turn and face this way, and I'm going to grenade like this. And yeah, it gets blocked. But this is, again, like, not realizing how completely vulnerable you are as Ana, and not kind of respecting the enemy team enough to play properly. Where you... Even if they're antied, they can just deploy barriers and wait it out and probably kill you in the process. Sigma does a good job of blocking for us there. Moira heals us as we get back across. Okay. Okay, back up, back up, back up, back up. Good. Good. You denied... Okay, we missed the shots afterwards, but the spirit of it was good. Like, the idea behind it was good. I actually really like the grenade here. He's used on critical. The Sombra really wants him. You nade him. We miss our shots a little bit. Okay, it happens. Don't miss your shots. That's all I can say on that one. It feels bad, man. It's still... You get it? Good. Okay. I would not nano... yeah, wait it out. You had a decision point here. I kind of agree with the decision that we made. Personally, I probably would have tried to die on the point earlier, maybe, but... Like, yeah. You could nano, in theory, at this point. Like, especially once this guy takes a little bit of damage. Once the bongo goes down, though, it's like, okay, we can try and wait that out. You could nano, in theory, here, but I think it's just a waste. So I kind of agree with the choice we made. And yeah, he didn't have ult, so definitely not. Tip, biotic orbs are not difficult to dodge, but be careful of how they bounce. They are not difficult to dodge. What? There was an option here. You could just nano the sim, and she will actually destroy the Reinhardt 100%. But yeah, the safe play is honestly... The safe play is very rarely a bad decision. Because honestly, you're still... You've confused yourself with the teleporters, trying to be too fancy. And you've been and you were punished for it. And yeah, she gets the sim. It feels bad. That's Sombra. Honestly, that was Symmetra baiting us as well. We just needed to back off, regroup properly.
Moira, please, man.
Very, very good example of us being out of position, overthinking DPS. So the takeaway from this, and like the incorrect takeaway from this is, oh man, I should just support, right? So the thing I see here is we get to this position and we see that there's an Ashe straight away. We identify that there's an Ashe here and that there's a problem with our position because the Ashe is looking right at us. So our reaction to this, and this is the problem, our reaction to this is to shoot at the Ashe, which isn't a terrible idea with the Moira dealing damage to it.
Moira, please, man.
But once we stay here after this point, we can't do this. Like, you cannot stay here like this because it's super unsafe. So there's a couple of options that we have. The first is just simply reposition, right? There's a couple of places you could go. You could try and drop down to like heal from over here and like use these boxes here and try and like heal there, but that's kind of risky. You can maybe come out here, but that's risky. Like, that Ashe being there is actually a massive problem for us. What I would do personally is just like try and like get to the back of this corner and just try and heal out there. But what I would honestly do at this point is this. So you identify the threat. Okay, you fired a couple of shots, didn't work out. And I would probably just nano that now, or nano the sim. Straight away, just nano the sim and then use that to reposition. Because the nano sim, what it will do is it will pressure these guys out. They will back away from it. They have to back away from it. So like you jump down, so basically you nano, and either the Roadhog will be better, but the sim, the Roadhog, either one, pressures them out, and that gives you time to set up somewhere where you can maybe get under here, for example, get to safety. Because if she was to like peek all the way over this, she's gonna die, hopefully, and use that as like a cover for our reposition. It's the fact that we've identified that there is a problem with this positioning, but we've made the incorrect choice because, hey, yeah, we just get double teamed. But even if this Sombra didn't turn up, I think we still die here. I think the Ashe probably just kills us. And that's totally worth it for her. What's your thoughts on the current team comp? Sig, Ryan, McCree, Sim, and Moira. It's not ideal. It's definitely not optimal. These team comps. Sig Roadhog, sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah, this is definitely not ideal. Like, I don't like Sigma in the main tank role. I just don't think he works. I don't think it functions. So I'd much rather this be an Orisa, for example. I think the DPS combo is actually fine. I think the support combo is okay. It's not, again, it doesn't like synergize super well. Like, this gives you a lot of synergy. This gives you like a great emergency button, and Moira gives you a lot of just staying power. Both of these are just good staying power. You don't really have like a super good emergency button that's on short cooldown. So that's sort of my issue there. This actually has a lot of power, especially against this double barrier comp. The Symmetra especially, I think, is actually a really good choice. The Sombra as well is just kind of annoying, but shouldn't be too big of an issue. And yeah, I'd like to see just more barriers on our side. Like an Orisa would just fuck this Ashe completely. Orisa Sigma would just completely destroy the Ashe. What I think is happening between these two tanks is they're both waiting for the other one to go main tank. That would be my hypothesis.
Hold back, hold back,
Oh, and... Oh, I really like the Symmetra. I think she's a really good idea. They've got double barriers that we can, like, smash through with Sim. Oh, it's gone Doomfist. Sim also synergizes ridiculously well with Ana. Because if you can just keep healing Ana, keep healing Sim as Ana, she just never dies and she does stupid damage. It's kind of funny. Orisa Rhine isn't terrible inside the brewery because it's so close range. Out here, the Rhine should have massive issues. Okay, careful. I'm angry. I'm angry. Look at how low the Sigma is. We shoot the Rhine. I'm trying to see if that's an intentional shot at the. It's an intentional shot at the Rhine. We should be focusing on healing the Sigma. If they commit a charge and a coalescence onto the Sigma and he survives, you win. Like, this Reinhardt is so dead. If they kill him, you're in a lot of trouble because he's your only barrier. So, okay, yeah, I'm okay with the nano on it. I don't like that. You know who doesn't need help killing a Widowmaker? A Doomfist. Like, why are we doing these things? Stop it! You're playing support. Play support. For the love of God. It's the one thing I want you to take away. Legitimately, I think if you go and play like a bunch of games where you just don't, like, literally get the idea that you can shoot the enemy out of your head and just focus on shooting your teammates as much as possible. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm getting angry now. It's a Widow. She wants that duel. She wants that fight. She wins it. Assuming you're both equal skill, if you take this fight, she wins it. So you just back the fuck up and heal your team. Everything's good. This is much better. This is what we should look like. Look. Look. Keep hitting the Moira. Good. Notice that your team won that fight. Notice. Pay attention to this. This is good. This is good Ana play. This is what it looks like. They can't deal with this. Is bad Ana play. This is good. This good. You're out of line of sight. They can't stop you. So all that's happening right now is you're just healing and healing and healing and healing, getting a fast nano boost. They cannot contest you very well. They can't remove your team with the team comp they have. Widow Ashe does not kill what you've got. Like, the Widow has to land headshots. Notice how indestructible your team looks. Like, they're steadily dying because they're spending all their ults, and we, like, whiffed a load of shite, but... I see what we're going for here. I don't like it. What? We need to have a talk about this. We need to talk. You guys are going to win this. I saw us look for the Widow there, and I'm so triggered by it. There is no need for us to be here, although the Sigma can protect us slightly. Get back in that good position. We know we've played that position. It's good. We know it's good. There we go. No! Good. Okay. Right. We're going to talk all about this, because holy shit, there's a lot to talk about. Okay, first and foremost, this is where things actually start to fall apart. It's a good chatter from them. We whiff our sleep dart. We completely whiff our grenade. He's way over eager on the grenade. And I think our decision making here is kind of fine. The only thing I would comment on, like, this is somewhat minor compared to a lot of other stuff happening, but it's just be aware of this gap. Like, especially if they have been playing like Widow Ashe, people love to set up here. And like in this sight line and just shoot through as people back away from a fight happening here. So just be aware of that. So if you are going to cross here, just cross this as quickly as possible. Right? You want to just get through this as quickly as possible and don't stay in this sight line. So this entire space, actually I'm going to do it like this. So this entire space is dangerous. And then once you start getting on this side, that's safe. So that's the first minor thing. I'm fine with us nanoing. Like... Part of why I comment on this is, like, for example, if you, instead of being on this side, if you were just here on this side of it, like not right there, but you know, 1 or 2 steps towards this way, you could probably just shoot and scope in and just focus on healing Sigma, for example. Like this, we can't scope in because we're not safe from this angle. You can even see there's a red blur over here. That could very well be Widow. I don't think they have a Widow at this point. I think they've swapped it for something else. And then here's the thing. So we make the decision that we're going to be the one to step on the point. And, like, I get this, or, like, this distrust. But here's the thing. Look at who's alive and read the situation. So good anti. You have Moira, you have Ana, and you have Roadhog. If you two just pump healing into this guy, they'll have such a hard time killing him. So I appreciate the panic and like the, oh god, we got to stop the cart, we can't let it push forward. But this is the last fight. Like, if you, so let's say that you did this and you ran across and the Reinhardt realized it and just took a swing and did a bunch of damage to you, and then they realized it and just killed you. Well, now it's Hog Moira versus all of their team. That doesn't work. Like, you should die here, 100%. Light the grenade on ourselves. Then there's this. Just follow, like, one of the cool things about Ana is when there is a chest like this, you can generally follow it with your scope. Okay, he manages to actually get out of your line of sight, which is good on him. Okay, so yeah, we can forget about that for now. I'm not keen on, like, us peeking this. I think we just play payload and just hide. Like, we aren't killing shit, let's put it that way. Our job here is now stall. 100% stall. And we do get away with it, which is incredible. We get behind the barrier. Like, this is much safer. Notice that this feels a lot better. Right. Now you got the 400 hit point guy on the payload who has defensive cooldowns, and you're safe tucked behind a barrier, and he can just stand there and you can just left click on him all day, and he will never die. This, I don't like this. Ana is more effective at healing than she is at DPS. And then what I did here, and like I wish I had an eye tracker or some shit, because I remember this moment happening when I first saw this, and I was just like, my eyes flicked up and checked the time, and it was like, oh shit, you've got 30 minutes still. So my advice here, calm down. Like, just relax. We're kind of safe here because we've got the barrier, but I get ready to get back to where we were before. And I can see how frantically we're panicked, but honestly, just relax. You've got 3 minutes. You need to stabilize. You can't do much about that Doomfist. He's kind of on his own. Good heal there. Good, we're back playing this wall. I like this wall. This wall is very good for us. Notice how comfortable we feel here. Notice how good this feels. Don't like the fact that we're shooting Roadhogs. Stop shooting Roadhogs. Good. Reaper can handle that. This is weird. Don't think I've ever seen anyone make that movement, but it kind of works. Very minor thing that I want to touch on before we get too far away from the moment. Don't be afraid to like sleep dart on these moments. Like wait beat and then sleep dart this Roadhog, for example. I'm impressed because personally I would have slept the Roadhog at this point. I'm impressed that we actually managed to keep the sleep dart for the bulb. That's actually very nice. But notice this. This is where I really want you to focus, because notice how good this feels. But like to get to us, a Genji dives to our backline, and oh, there's a Reaper right there. So we just focus on healing the Reaper and not dying. The Reaper should kill that. Like, he should be able to kill that Genji. Yeah, he gets him. Like, you honestly didn't need to move here. As long as the thing to do with moments like these, actually, let's talk about this, because this is an important thing to do. The best thing to do, and you almost did it, is here. This is the ideal. I'm going to actually go forward slightly. This is perfect. This is what you want. You see this? He can't hurt you. So if you grenade down on the floor on yourself and heal yourself up and then just keep healing the Reaper, the Genji, like if you try and keep the Reaper between you and the Genji as best as possible and just always try and make it so that to get to you, he has to go through the Reaper will just kill him 100%. Because I don't think Genji, even if all 3 Shuriken headshot him, I'm tempted to say, I don't think he can kill him because you will just heal him. Like, he has to get like 2 in a row to be able to do that. I don't think that's going to happen. It's very, very unlikely. I'm less keen on, like... But what realizing that means is that you don't actually need to make this movement. You could just stay where you were and just pump healing into these tanks. And, like, this is where Ana is so strong. Is when you can just pour healing into tanks. And, like, why the double barrier messes with her so much. Because what a good Sigma player would do is just shove a barrier here and cut these tanks off, and then you'd struggle. Hey, Cypher.
Been too long.
It has been. Thank you so much. Get out of these sort of scrimmages. Like, get the anti-nade and then just back away. You could run into here in theory if you want to like try and be tricky, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd just run this way, and I'd probably just like sit here on the opposite side of the payload. Make them come to you. They want to push into Reaper Roadhog. This is the problem, right? This is what you're hoping to avoid. Once they go past that barrier, you can't do anything. Like, this is why Arno struggles, because Moira can actually be over there. You need to heal the Moira a little bit. Oh, no, she's got herself. Okay, be a bit careful with that. Like, Moira can actually deal with that, yeah. Stop shooting. Relax. Good. Keep healing him. Let Moira and Widow worry about the Genji. Why are we worrying about the Genji? Don't worry about him. Good. Perfect. Beautiful. Just nano imp. Okay. Why did I say just nano imp? Because basically there's a lot of shit on our plate at the moment. Like, the moment this happens, we're like, oh, fuck. The sleep dart is beautiful. It's actually incredible. It's very nicely done. The reason why I say just nano him is because it, like, right now, mentally, I'm creating, like, a to-do list, right? I'm like, to-do. And in my brain, it's like, to-do, heal Sigma. Right, number 1, heal Siggy. Right, Siggy needs us, because you can see he's dying, he's being pushed, he's in trouble. 2, heal Waifu. Right, Widowmaker's dying as well. That's not good. We need to heal her. It's Widowmaker. She needs us. Right? What this does, what nanoing this does, is it kind of solves the issue of this entire area for a little while. Like, this, it will look after this for a moment and just say, I don't need to give a shit about that anymore. Right? Because if you're just trying to, like, heal him, you'll have to keep healing him because he's being pressured by, like, 3 people. So you're going to need to keep pumping healing into him. But if you just nano him, he's healed, and he's not going to die anytime soon, hopefully. It'll keep him up and running. So then you can focus on healing this Widow. And, like, put that area out in your mind, and then maybe get this Widow. It's unfortunate that she died there. Feels bad, man. Okay, he got sleep dart. Look for that Reaper. Oh, he's teleported, like, perfectly out of your position. Good nano on him, though. LOL? You see, these are the moments you live for as a support. Because the Genji's like, I'm gonna go fuck the honor up! Faceplant. Right? That's funny. Almost. But honestly, you got 4 swings out of the Genji. That's huge. That is actually huge. Oh, poor Reaper. Poor Reapy boy. Very minor, don't do this. Right? You do a Korean call here. Don't do that. The reason why is because I have no idea where this monkey is. Sounds like he just jumped for Widow. So he's on Widow, like he's probably up here. Yeah, I can kind of see like a little red. There he is. I'm assuming that's him. I'm guessing that's not a Roadhog. So he's up here. So if you call like monkey, 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 everyone's going to look around and go, where? And they're going to break from what they're fighting. And yeah, it's just not useful. Like, that would cause more problems. These calls, when you're just like repeating a name, that's focus and kill that target. If they don't know where the monkey is, that's not useful. So be careful about doing that. It's a bold heal. Again, even though our positioning here isn't great, if you start shooting at that Ana, I'm gonna like stop the stream. Oh, thank God. Ambitious. Stop shooting the monkey. Heal the Moira instead. Don't shoot the monkey. Shoot the people that will kill the monkey. Better at it than you are. Just use it. Press Q for the love of God. Press Q, son of a bitch. Okay, let's talk about this. Just very quickly. Come out spawn, we see there's trouble. First things first, we don't actually want to be here. Ideally, we'd get like here. Maybe you can sort of afford to like be a little bit more here. I'm just a little bit worried that we're kind of stood out in the middle of nowhere. It's not too bad because they've swapped to like mostly short range stuff, so you can get away with doing this, but this is just a little bit scary to me. Sleep dart, again, fantastic. Good heals on the Roadhog. I think we're a little bit overemphasizing the grenade here. Like, I'd probably be looking at the Sigma more and just abandon the grenade. I can see the thought behind it of like, oh, I'm just going to toss this nade on the point, but the Sigma needs us. And the thing to take from like this moment here is there's going to be 2 barriers on the payload, right? This is a problem for us. And again, this is like where the Ana kind of breaks down because we can't heal through this. So you can't, like, the only chance you're going to get to heal him is now. So I'd probably be focusing more on dumping healing onto that and then getting the nade like now. Just waiting. But again, notice that this feels good. This feels powerful. Right? Unless they have the presence of mind to look off the point and deal with you, these people are not going to die. And you don't actually need to get closer like this. Like, there's actually no need for us to get this close. You could have just stayed where you were. And you can just keep healing. Like, because now we're getting lost in the DPS. Now we're getting confused by targets close. Now we're losing track of people who might need us. And then, yeah, just... in a moment like this, it's last fight, overtime, and you see he's critical, just mash the Q button. Like, the heal is what matters here. Don't worry about the damage. Don't worry about finding the optimal target. Chances are good you're going to die. You need to just throw shit out at this point, and you just mash Q and put it on him. Because he would have survived. You would have died, I guarantee. But, yeah. Would exiting right be better? Not. I don't think it matters. I think it would be better in principle. Doesn't matter too much that the Widow's dead. Like, the thing to check here, as you're doing this, is who has ults. Okay, yeah, they don't have a Widow. Sorry, it's our Widow that's dead. So the thing to check is like, what threats do I have to worry about as they come out, and who has ults. So Reaper has an ult coming up. So if the thing to keep in mind then is like, oh, if Reaper gets to the point, I need to prioritize healing the Reaper. Sigma also has an ult. So you need to make sure that these two survive, because these are the two most likely to swing the fight for us. The other thing to check is, like, do they have a Widow or something that's going to be in the spawn or watching the spawn? So the only thing to worry about is this. And the Ashe at, like, this distance isn't super scary, so you don't have to worry too much. But the real takeaway from this one, I think, is, like, look at how powerful you are when you are doing this. Right? The Ashe even lands some shots on us. It doesn't matter. And he gets close to us. It doesn't matter. We are so far away, they can't stop you. They literally cannot stop you. And you can just keep on healing. And, like, this is the power of Ana Moira, is that unless they can burst people, they have no good way of killing you at all. Like, that's the scary thing. Also, do not be afraid to call for, like, I can hear you in the voice comms. Don't be afraid to call for break barrier. Like, don't be afraid to call for that. Because if they broke that barrier, if, like, the Roadhog shot it once or twice, you might be able to just sleep the Bastion, and then he's not a problem for a little while. So there's our Reapy boy. Yeah, and we want to focus and keep our eyes on that Reaper. I think, again, we throw the grenade too far forward. I'd rather we just threw it underneath us, but kind of works out. Get a little bit distracted here, shooting at the Reinhardt. And then, yeah, this hurts. Like, that nade is so good, and then it's just like, just press the fucking Q button, boys! Oh well. Would have been a hell of a sleep dart, Winston. It's a risky one. It's a flashier one. We've been hitting them, so hey, take it, but... could have waited. It's not too bad of a game. Like, I wouldn't be frustrated with that loss. You play pretty well overall. The big thing, like 100% that will make your Ana play especially a lot stronger is just stop picking fights with people. Like, honestly, play a few games where you just aren't shooting at enemies at all. Or like once or twice. Like, only if you have literally nothing else to do you shoot at enemies. But get that out of your head straight away. Because, like, this is nuts to me. I'm actually even going to just double check it. So yeah, damage 70 over 0.6 seconds. Healing 75 over 0.6 seconds. Your healing is just so much better. Especially in the current meta. Like, anything that the enemy team is playing quite often just will not ever die to your shots. Like, the thing I also really want you to internalize is, like... I want to go all the way over here. No, not quite here. Actually, it might have been here.
Hog behind.
I mean, it's this hog. It's the Mei here. It's realizing that you can't kill these people. You can't. It's not possible. And it's a very important thing to realize as Ana, because like this running towards it just looks silly when you know that, well, what you're going to do is shoot her and she's going to jump to the to her left, and she's just going to be out of line of sight and ice block, or she'll just wall and run away, and you're running forward for that. Like, you don't have any damage drop off either. There's no reason to do this. No reason to take these fights at all. Don't have to worry about that. And then I think there's the Mei that pops up around here somewhere. Yeah. I think it's the next spawn where the Mei's up top. Maybe. Nope. Different one. But it's just like realizing these fights are just so stacked against you. And even as Zen, like, who can fight DPS characters, you don't take fights, you peek and you pre-fire, basically. Like, you think about where the enemy's going to be, and you come around and you fire your right click into it, and they walk into it, get headshot twice, and die. Right? You don't just, like, take fights. You try and do a shitload of damage with an early burst and then finish them off. Or you try and just blow them up straight away. You don't take fights. Because as a support, you take fights badly. And that's such an important lesson to internalize. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be done for now. I'll try and get these VODs up and running literally like right now. Thank you for joining me. If you do want to submit footage, please do. Especially placement games for the new season OEM reviews. At gmail.com. It's also in the chat, hopefully, if someone types it in. SR guess? I mean, sure, people can guess the SR. Where do you think it is? I'm actually curious, because there's a lot of good stuff in here, and there's a lot of like iffy stuff in here. But yeah, where do people think that Gohan placed? I think I've seen, so too bad. Yeah, I saw the overall rank. I don't know the exact rank, but that will taint it. 2.4 to 2.5. 2850. Plat. It's a pretty big range. 2.7. So yeah, a lot of like 2.7-ish. 2.6. A lot of plats coming out. End of VOD. Oh, hey, you put it at the end. Let's see if you're right. Most of you said like around plat, mid to low plat. I actually think you're being a little bit unfair. I would probably say mid to high plat, more than mid to low, like 2.8, 2.9. Literally slap in the middle of plat. So there you go. Oh, sorry of CSGO, the game that never dies. There you go. Yeah, actively aggression. You got it. Bang on. Slap bang in the middle of plat. And I'd say like your mechanics are pretty solid. It's all positioning. It's all taking the fight. It's all figuring out like what you want to do. The mechanics look great. Like your sleep darts are great. Your shots are generally hitting the target. Grenades need some work. I think you overvalue throwing grenades at people. Just throw them at the floor when in doubt. Other than that, yeah. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. See you next time. Doodles. Boop. Also, just in the outro bit quickly, thank you, Rumple Dumple, for the sub. Thank you, Missile Mage. I'm pretty sure some other people, Cypher, I think, subbed earlier as well. For some reason, it's not on the list, unless Cypher is Rumple Dumple, in which case, I'm sorry. I don't know. But thank you for coming and hanging out. It's a pleasure. Bye.